What's up, everybody? I just want to do a quick video about something that I saw in a debate between Matt Dillahunty and some apologists. I don't remember their name, but that's not really all that important because this has actually come up in several videos and several online discussions about atheism versus Christianity, and that is the fact that apologists cannot seem to grasp the difference between claims and evidence. And in fact, in this debate, which is the reason why I'm making the video, the apologist actually told Matt, like, he straight up said, I am not getting the difference between claims and evidence, and you're going to have to break that down and explain that to me. And to me, that's just absolutely ridiculous. How do you not know the difference between claim and evidence and understand that that a claim in and of itself is not evidence, right? People can make a claim about anything. So a claim is any statement from literature, media, history, in person, a video, any of that, anything that is basically stated is a claim, right? I can state that my burrito is 7 inches long. Now, that does not in any way indicate whether or not my burrito is in fact 7 inches long, right? My burrito we could go measure it and it would be 5.5 inches long, and that's not 7 inches long. So if I just tell you that my burrito is 7 inches long, that is not a fact. That is not evidence. That cannot count as evidence. Now, me making that claim to you may be enough to convince you that the burrito is 7 inches long, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter that much how long my burrito is. And we know burritos exist. We know all this stuff. So you might take me at my word that the burrito is 7 inches long, but that does not, me making the statement in no way actually indicates how long the burrito is. We have to do other things if we actually want to verify how long the burrito is, right? So anything from history, a statement about, and that's the other thing that comes up when you start going down that road. The apologist will say, well, how do we know anything from history? How do we know Julius Caesar existed? How do we know what Julius Caesar did? Any of those things. And for anything in history or currently or any time, any place, any event in history, any person in history, the claim is not enough to establish that. So if you want to claim Julius Caesar existed, you can do that, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. And we can have some level of confidence about Julius Caesar. And then if you want to make the claim, then we can go out and investigate whether or not Julius Caesar in fact actually existed. But you just making the statement is not the evidence. People may come and say Paul Bunyan existed. And we can go and we can try to find the actual evidence of whether or not a Paul Bunyan existed. And it may be, in fact, that Paul Bunyan existed, but not everything attributed to him is true. And that really he was just a lumberjack, but none of the other stories about him, he didn't have a giant ox and all those things. And that the claim is just overblown. That's why we can't take claims as evidence. Claims are not reliable as evidence. Claims can be either true or false. So something that's evidence cannot be false, right? If it's actual evidence, the evidence of itself is real. You cannot have false evidence. If it's evidence, it's real, it's tangible. We know what it is. Now, your evidence may lead you to a different conclusion, but in and of itself, the evidence is either real or not real, right? When you have evidence, that is a truthful thing in reality, right? So I don't really see why it's so hard for apologists to grasp the fact that a claim is not evidence and is definitely in no realm sufficient enough to really believe mostly anything, especially a supernatural claim. But even things in mundane life, claims aren't really enough that you should not base your decision making and your reality based on the claims of another person. The fact that you would accept these claims from the Bible might say something about your personality that we should probably be concerned about. You might be fairly gullible. And I think that that's not a quality that you should strive for. So I in my mind, the whole thing about apologists not understanding the fact of what is a claim, what is evidence, is absolutely absurd. Um, there's really no vagueness about that. It's very clear. I believe in most other instances in apologists and Christians' lives, they they in fact know what the difference between claim and evidence is. But the problem is, all of the supernatural events in the Bible, there is no evidence for any supernatural claim in the Bible at all. Zip, none, nada, nothing. There is no evidence about that. All of it is claims, which is why they have to insist that claims are in fact evidence. Because if they were to agree to that point, that a claim cannot be evidence, a claim is not evidence, they would have no case. There's nothing there. So that's about it. I think the discussion about claim versus evidence is pretty simple. I don't think that it's hard to grasp. I think in other categories of people's lives that they completely understand that. But I just wanted to make a quick video because after seeing that debate, it really frustrated me how these apologists try to pretend that there is no distinction. See you guys.